Hey! Welcome to me inn. Ha ha! It looks like the bard is about to begin. I'll pour ya an ale over the stories, fables, and tales about the swords, sickles, and spells in the depths of the swells. So take a listen to the tales that we spin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Carriage Rest Tales. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Mike, and to my left we have...
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Ryan. I'll be playing Kincaid the Sorcerer. Last episode, Kincaid had a pretty epic fight with some torchies. He even used a couple of new spells, which was pretty exciting, and escaped via Goddess Woods. And they eventually headed back to the cave with the elves.
And this is Nick. I'll be playing Vasto, the half-orc barbarian. Last episode, Vasto lost his left hand, got it cut off by a bad guy, by an order member.
I told you they were bad news.
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Just a bad guy.
But, with that being said, he's not going to be able to use his two-hand axe anymore. So his dad gave him his sword, which is a recall sword. And he also got a circlet of Flying?
Flying, like you can fly.
Oh, flying. I thought you said Klein.
Yeah, that note makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Nick just scratched down in his notepad and wrote flying.
Flying. Yep.
A circlet of Calvin Klein.
Yeah,
There we go.
actually just underwear.
Yeah,
You put
just
it on.
use my
and
underwear on your head.
You just
He
get
gets
ripped.
You get a plus 2 to charisma.
Yeah.
Captain Underpants.
You're like,
Yes.
you're like Doug when he's Quailman.
Yes. Yes. Hey guys, it's Sam and I play Woods, the Elven Ranger. And yeah, so I turned into the goddess form last time. So I pledged my mind, body, and soul to Lucia. She kind of gave up a lot, it's starting to feel like, to be turned into her deity form. So that was pretty great. She's really, really tired.
Well, luckily we got to a long rest last time, so you guys are in Cave Town, and you are welcome to do a long rest. So what are you guys planning on doing during your 1 week break?
So much sleep and so much food.
Okay.
Vasto's going to practice his new sword.
All right.
And I think this will be a good time to ask what my attack roll and my damage roll is going to be with this sword.
So you're just going to be using a one-hand sword now. So I can't remember what a long sword is. I want to say it's a D8.
Okay.
So it's still going to be your same strength modifier. So it's going to be, I think, what's your strength modifier?
+6.
+6 is your strength?
Yep.
How's that possible?
Well,
3 and 3.
his proficiency.
3
and
is your strength.
Because
3
we're
is your
only
proficiency.
level 6.
Yeah, you are.
for a while.
For the entire season, we have been level. I just spit. Level
She's
6.
so upset she
you
spit
say,
all over
1d8?
herself.
Spittling.
All right, so to hit,
think-
it's going to be your
I'm looking it
strength
up.
plus proficiency, and then it's a +2 sword, so +2. So it's going to be +8 to hit, and then it's going to do 1d8 plus your strength, so 3. And then since it's a magic sword, you still get the +2 on damage.
So +8 to hit, +5 for damage.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm here for you.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it, dude.
And then your circlet of flying, it just gives you the ability to fly. So your movement is going to be always the same, but now you have the ability to either just run or you can float upward, hover, whatever you want to do with that.
Okay.
That's up to you to decide. But what I am curious about is what you're planning on doing with your stub.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, obviously, I'm going to make sure he's not infected or anything like that. And then I feel like I should get like some sort of like prosthetic hand or something like, just to make it not look scary. Or
Do you want like a cuff on the end, or do you want like a hook, or
Oh
what
my
is
God,
your...
please get a
Well,
hook.
you have that black blade thing.
Yeah.
I would remind you, you can
Let
put
me-
that at the end and
yeah,
do
so
like an offhand.
yeah,
be
so
like Wolverine.
maybe I'll try that on my hand.
All right, sounds good.
Can I do anything with it? Like, can I think of the sword? Like, what would happen?
All right, so let's play it like Deadpool's swords in the Wolverine movie?
Oh, where it kinda
Wolverine
just sticks
Origins,
out.
where it comes out of his arm.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hold it, but it's just like a single blade that comes out of your forearm that you can swing around with.
Nice. Thanks,
Made
buddy.
from adamantium?
No, made
okay.
from a shadowy substance, just like it always has
Okay.
been.
You should learn how to mage hand the
So
spell.
you can put a hand.
So you can put an actual little like mage hand on your hand. Like, that's what we need to get for you. That is my goal for this campaign is
would
to
be pretty
find
fun.
a scroll
don't think I
to
have
teach
these.
you Mage Hand.
No, we can find like a bracelet of Mage Hand. So you
Yes.
can just like,
That is what, in my mind, Mage
We just stay
Hand.
there all the time until occasionally we
Yeah.
just like float off. People would be like, what the heck?
I think we've talked about this before, but every time I see Mage Hand, I think of the Mickey Mouse hand.
but the Mage Hand has
Oh.
like, it's like a,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
but the Mage Hand's like sentient. So it has a mind of its own.
Yes.
So he can't control it.
Just
So it's like
does
flipping people off.
Done. That is what we're looking
the
for.
mage hand goes up, I just go.
Yeah.
It just pulls me up.
Yes.
The group of guards wave at you. Boss, so what do you do? Well, your other hand flipped him off.
Yeah. And we roll initiative. Oh
All
my
right,
gosh. I
so
love that
you
for
are going to make a little cuff thing, and then you're going to put your bracelet sword on your left hand on your little nub. Sounds good?
Okay, so I would like to do more than just sleep and eat.
I assume, but we're going to get to Ryan because I'm going in order. And your first thing you said was sleep and eat.
Well, I think our goal from the cave, are we going to Black Bay Harbor?
She nods yes.
I think Kincaid would start planning of how we're going to get to Black Bay Harbor
Okay.
and ask the elves where Captain Brandon is. So hopefully we can use the disguise of the Jacques to maybe get there.
Sneak
And,
into Black
yeah.
Harbor, yep. The last you had heard from them was probably a week ago at this point, where Captain Brandon had went back to Black Bay Harbor to kind of try to find more leads on where you guys were at. He hasn't returned from that yet because it hasn't been that much time. But with that, what I'm thinking about, I want everybody to roll a D4.
4.
3.
If I can find my D4.
It's hidden in the corner. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the triangle.
Yeah. 2.
2, 3, 4. Look at that.
So 9 total. Perfect. Woods, what was the other thing you wanted to do?
So she's going to spend a lot of time praying to Lucha and trying to have conversations with her because she feels like she really promised a lot to her and she listened. And so she's trying to figure out how she can make good on those promises.
Okay, so you're just kind of doing some internal reflection.
Yeah, praying a lot of meditation.
I do want to remind you that on long rests, you have the ability to gather supplies in Dorma, so you can get 3 healing potions.
Yeah, that was also on my list. And then I feel like I wanted to ask some questions to the elves. Like, this is the first time we're around people that know us and like can help fill in the gaps of the time that we left.
Anything in particular you're trying to learn?
I want to ask them why the rift is bigger and just get the overall sense of, like, it feels like the order's in more places and it's more robust. So I just want them to tell me what's happened in the last couple of years.
So they aren't going to have as much information as the merchants that you had kind of ran across in your last random encounters.
Okay.
Because they are still kind of trying to isolate themselves.
Okay.
Well, they're really scared of the Order of Light because they know they steal their people. And they will let you know that they have started doing more trade with Stringham. So Stringham now knows where their encampment is. Over the last 2 years, that relationship's really grown to being more mutually beneficial.
Okay.
So they'll host them, they're trading with each other. So they are starting to prosper more. And you can see that when you look around Cave Town, it's not as run down, but now has nicer buildings. Not super nice because it's still in a cave, but
Okay.
not the shanty that you were seeing beforehand.
Why is the rift bigger?
The rift has got bigger, and from the timeline they tell you, it was about, I want to say it was 6 months ago, which you would have associated that same time as when Trin had fallen, which is, to remind everyone, the Tabaxi capital. So now you have the ruins of Carhang, which was the human capital, and then the ruins of Trin, which is the Tabaxi capital. So 2 major cities have fallen.
What changes have occurred in Dorma? What have they seen on the other side in the past year and a half?
They have probably seen less Denoa around, and they're not sure why, but it's just they haven't been seeing them as much.
Because if memory serves, the dwarves are looking for them. The dwarven city is...
Iron, what was it? Iron Mist.
Okay. And we're still on the lookout for the professor
Yeah.
and I forgot that group's name.
Purple Heart something.
The Night Circle?
Yeah.
The Night Circle. So no sign of them.
No.
Either.
And the pirates haven't came back to try to recruit them. They haven't really been seeing the pirates as much in these northern waters, but they did hear from Captain Brandon that down south by Black Bay Harbor, they are still running into pirates.
Okay.
But again, they don't know as much because it's more just hearsay for them.
Mm.
Rumors, you could say.
Speaking of pirates, During the long rest, can I make more of my grease bags?
Yes, you may.
We just roll for it.
Yep. I mean, you have the long rest. So how many of you can make each day? I assume you can tell me. You're going to have well.
Because I would cast grease as a first level. So I'd probably make 2 a day if I wanted to.
So 14 of them.
I don't think I need that many. I was thinking like 5 or 6.
Max of 14, you can decide.
Okay. I'm going to make 6.
6, okay.
Can I practice summoning my deity?
You can try to practice summoning them. I'm going to say that you feel like you're gaining more of a connection with her.
Okay.
Like you can start feeling more of her emotions.
Yeah.
That she doesn't come to you directly.
Sure.
And you might put together that it takes a lot of energy for her to come to you.
Okay.
So she's probably reserving that energy for when it's absolutely needed.
And do I feel a sense of purpose is what she wants me to do?
That is a good question. Go ahead and roll a Arcana.
18.
She is wanting you to bring the bow someplace.
I know I'm gonna lose it.
She
But I can't tell where.
can't tell where at this point, but you do know that as you were starting to reflect on and think about it, you remember that the god of chaos had called your bow the elven key, and then Lucia is trying to, like, you can tell that she wants you to do something with the key, with the bow. But you're not quite sure what that is yet.
One more question for the group about Black Bay Harbor.
Good, I have a question for the group too.
Do we want to sail to Black Bay Harbor, or do we want to stick to the mainland? Is there a way to mainland up? Like, which would be faster?
Yeah, you're moving south, and there would be a way.
It's not far, right?
I think it was 3 days boat ride, so probably like a week, maybe a week and a half.
we're close to Stringham.
Yeah, you're right next to Stringham.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm indifferent. What do you guys think is safer? Golly, I feel like the ground is safer.
Safer.
Well, we could sail and then
there's
maybe
pirates
park
still
it.
about.
Yeah, I
too.
just don't know if we want to get like.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I vote on foot or a wagon.
That's fine. I just
Where's,
whatever makes more sense.
Nick Cannon and
Probably on the it
what
was on the Jacques, and
Mariah
It was on
Carey.
the Jacques
carriage.
one.
but then it got attacked by the Kraken, so it's
It
I
got
would
sank,
assume
and then you had heard they made a new Jacques.
Okay.
So it's at the bottom of the sea.
So my question, and kind of, she looks at Vaso. When we meet Nomis, how are we gonna know it's him? Like, are we gonna
Well, ask him questions.
So like come up with the question you're gonna ask him to verify, or to figure that out.
Yeah, I'll think of a question.
Yeah, I have one of mine. So okay, I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned the map might be leading us to
Dark Nomus.
Dark Nomus.
in full disclosure, if we do meet Nomus and he's hostile, I'm not going to hesitate to attack him. I know he's your friend, but I'm protecting myself.
I mean, no one's asking you not to protect yourself.
I'm just letting you know I'm not going to just straight up attack him, but if he lunges at me or if he's this other person,
Sure. Yeah, the Dark Nomus.
I'm not just going to stand there and take it.
Of course. Yeah. No, and no one would ever ask you to do that. But we're not 100% sure what state Nomus is going to be in, and we have to figure that out first.
I'll hang back and let you all deal with it, but I'm just letting you know.
The Dark Nomus, Dorma Nomus, I'm fine with.
What do you know about Dorma Nomus?
Nothing. We just know that he exists.
You kind of know what he looks
We
like.
think we know.
And we know what he looks like because of the tapestry. And she pulls up the tapestry.
Is it still pointing us towards Black Bay Harbor?
Yep, still pointing kind of south.
Can we feel any... Can I do an Arcana check? 5.
What do you
You used
feel?
up all your Arcana.
I did it before. Just to see if it feels stronger that we're closer.
No, it still feels the same.
Okay.
Kind of like it's just drawn to him regardless of distance.
Okay.
So Vasta gonna hang out with his dad.
Okay.
And,
Oh, I forgot Dad was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Clyde.
catch up with
Clyde.
Clyde. But yeah,
Stern.
you can catch up with him. Maybe talk a little bit more about like his research that he was doing with
Okay.
him and his mom.
Perfect.
Just dig around, see if I can't find anything else.
All right. So to recap, the research was.
You have that book.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
book also.
that's, that was the main thing I wanted to do was look at the book.
Remember the book?
Oh my gosh.
All right. So we've already established that Clyde was starting to realize that rifts always occurred at the same places of large grief, like where grief was a collection that's when a rift seemed to be, but it always seemed that the event happened first and then the rift happened second.
Okay.
And then as you're starting to think about it, Vaso and Woods, you start thinking about your guys' time with the Order of Light. And you think back, as you're talking about Black Bear Harbor, you're like, oh, I remember when we met Bella, who was that little dwarf Aarakocra girl. You had met her when there was a fire at the dye shop, and then there was a rift there. And you start thinking, wait, the fire was there first, and then the rift happened. And then you remember talking to Nomis when he was at the Rainbow Drop race, and he talked about he saw two boats collide together in the water, and then a few seconds later, a rift appeared. So same thing, the boats crashed first, and then the rifts happened.
I feel like it's panic. Like in all those situations, people around them were like scared and panicking, and then rifts open. They're not necessarily sad. I guess it's kind of sad, but I feel like it's more like that panicky energy.
So what occurred here in this cave to make it bigger?
Ooh.
Like what sadness?
Ask those questions.
Like what's
scaredness?
going through the elves
To make that one
to
bigger.
make that one bigger?
Yeah.
Mr. DM.
Oh, you got him.
You start talking to the elves, and they're not sure what would have happened to make the rift bigger. They were taught how to open rifts, so they're wondering if maybe something like that happened. But you do kind of get more of the sense that the rift getting bigger was as a result of Trin falling. So whatever.
So people are freaking out and they're panicking internally that another big city just fell.
So if there was already rifts open and there was some great loss elsewhere, can we deduce that that would make existing rifts larger?
That could be a hypothesis you would feel comfortable making.
As I have my pipe, there, I think we'll hypothesize.
This hypothesis.
Let me use the scientific method to deduce.
If and then.
This is Clyde talking.
Oh.
Scientist Clyde, I'm picturing him now.
I picture he just has a smoking jacket on
Exactly.
and like orders
Guys.
some like old tweed coat and he's like really manic and shuffling papers. That feels more like him.
So that's kind of the biggest thing he got from that research. And then he'll re-elaborate the story about how he went to his commanders with it. And then him and his wife were assigned an extremely dangerous mission at which, at a crucial moment, his backup and support pulled out. He kind of felt like he was getting silenced for learning something he shouldn't have known. And that's why he left the order.
Okay, well.
Is there anything else in the research book? Like if I spend time all week looking through it?
There would be a question on there. It would be like, what are Denoa and why do they attract each other? Like, why do they get bigger if they're by themselves? These are questions that they were trying to develop in research.
So the question is, why are there Denoa and why do they attract and get bigger?
Yep. Like, why do they combine to make bigger monsters, bigger enemies? Why can't they be killed? These are the type of questions that they have.
Smells like season 3 kind of stuff.
Maybe. Vasa, go ahead and roll a history check as you are working with the elves and talking to the elves and
Flirting with the elves.
flirting with the elves.
What
4
elf?
days.
One elf.
13.
I don't know him.
13.
Yes, you do. He's a one elf kind of guy.
I don't think you'd remember what I wanted to get through, so don't remember anything.
You think you remember something? And
You
then
almost
forgot.
remembered something.
What is
I was
that?
too distracted
With can we
with my one elf.
My one elf.
talk about? Can that need? How's that relationship?
I think it's going great.
Yeah, especially now that she can spend more time in Ivana. You realize she can spend about 4 days in Ivana before she has to go back for a day to reset. She still has the same disillusion, starts to get rashes, burns, skin flaking off, irritable. But
That's horrible.
but it's spaced out at a longer time. So before 2 days was her max, now it's 4 days is her max.
So by the end, I'm like pushing her through the rift.
Go
Like,
in there.
get out of here.
And it's like day 3. Like about that. Why don't you just go reset and then
Let's just
come
do
back?
us both a favor
Yeah.
and just go to your rift.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
go. I'll see it. I got this thing
It's
I
that
got.
time of the week.
Time of the week. Oh, golly, how horrible.
Before I forget, we did mention that Cave Town and Stringham are now more cooperative with each other. So you guys do have access to the Stringham dwarves if you wanted to ask them any questions. If not, we can fast forward.
I mean,
I think the less people that know we're here, the better. Because we do know that the Order of Light are in Stringham or can show up in Stringham.
Okay.
So yeah, I think less is more.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Mike, your host and Dungeon Master at Carriage Rest Tales. I just want to say thanks for spending the time listening to us on our podcast. It really just means a lot to us. If you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe to this channel and pass this along to your friends so we can grow our listenership as well. You should also check us out on our website at carriageresttales.com. At our website, you'll be able to access some of our additional content, such as our one-shot episodes, but you'll also be able to see some of the information on how you can get a hold of us, either through social media or email. As always, thanks again for being a listener, and don't be a stranger. We'd love to hear from you. Enjoy the rest of the show. So about 9 days after you guys arrived, that was what the D4 rolls were, a shipmate that Kincaid recognizes, which is, it's not Chad. Who was the other one?
It was Klein and
Chad. Klein was the rogue.
Yes.
Klein appears at Cave Town.
I dare say, is that Klein?
He
pulls out his little scope.
Yeah.
He looks a little battered and kind of has his arm in a sling.
I want to watch him for a second, make sure he's not being followed.
You watch him, he's interacting with the elves and seeing if they have any goods or seeing if they have any information. You kind of overhear, have you seen any Order of Light members around? Is this safe here? He's asking some peculiar types of questions.
Okay. So I can deduce that the Order is not friends with the Jacques. Okay, once I know he's not being followed or I think it's a trap, I'll approach him.
All right, as you approach, the last thing you hear him say is, do you think you guys have space for more people? Maybe, can we relocate here? Is what he's saying.
Who wants to relocate here? Oh. And I'm just going to pop up.
Kincaid, thank God you're here. We need to move everybody off the island.
What happened?
Well, Captain Brandon's been arrested.
Arrested by who? Don't say the Torchies.
By the Order of Light. We went to Black Bay Harbor to try to get information, and it must have leaked somewhere that he was, well, I guess everybody kind of knows that you're part of our crew and you're wanted as a shadow now. We were accused of harboring a shadow and being traitors to the Order. I was able to escape. I have the Jacques. We have to fly it under different colors now, obviously, but I'm nervous that they'll get the location of our home base from the captain. I know he won't give it willingly, but I think it's only due process to move them in utmost haste.
What was utmost haste?
The phrases this evening.
What was
haste?
Captain Brandon's daughter's name?
Toria.
I would instantly start thinking of Toria, and I don't want that fate for her, so I'm all on board about, yeah, we need to get to the island.
Who's what was her name? The other Order member that escaped with us?
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie is with...
We left her on the island.
Yes, and Klein would confirm Bonnie's still with our home base. She is in charge of closing any rifts that might appear, keeping us safe from at least the Denoa while we handle cargo and extracting information and stuff like that.
How many people were on the island?
You remember it being about probably 30, a pretty small community.
So that the cave could accommodate
the
30 people.
I think, and that's what I was just talking to our elves friends about, is if they could accommodate our, I guess, refugees at this point.
And I would look at the elves and say, you would actually be doing us a huge favor. And I would describe Toria and others that need safe passage.
You would get that they are willing to accept the help. You guys help them. They're feeling more generous. They're starting to develop a community and they want to be able to help out as well. Especially when they learn that the Order of Light is also after them. They feel like, oh, yeah, we get that. We align with how you're feeling.
Where's Chad at?
Chad was unfortunately captured as well with the captain. The captain instructed me to flee and I'm assuming move his family.
Is the Jacques here?
Yes, I have it at port at Stringham. And you remember there's not a port outside the cave.
Right.
So
how far of a sail is it from here to our home base?
I want to say we said like a day. I think that was the timeline, about a day. It might have taken you guys longer, but you weren't in a rush. So I feel like a day you'd be able to get there.
Well, I want to go. You all don't have to go.
I need
to make sure
I need to make sure Toria is safe.
Yeah. Tori is pretty much his like goddaughter.
Yeah.
Like she's.
And I understand that, and I completely get that. I just am so nervous that that ship is already marked, and they're going to be hunting.
Well, we changed the colors and like it's disguised, right?
Yeah.
Like
Is
we
that
went
like a
in-
thing or no? Like, can it is?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how many ships are in the ocean, especially
Yeah.
in this time before GPS or tracking, you would just have to fly a different color from, maybe
just
they're an
confuse
elven
people.
ship
Yeah.
I just don't think 3 of us should be on deck that
while
long.
while it's going.
Yeah.
We'll rotate.
Well,
Yeah.
I stand out like a sore thumb. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got a long beard, so
You're completely different now.
Yeah, just only got one hand.
Yeah,
that can't
that
be
is-
our
Yeah.
guy. He's a
He had
horror guy.
one
He didn't
hand.
have the history
The
of
other
just
guy
one hand.
absolutely had two hands.
His picture has
I'll
2
put-
hands.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Got
I just
it.
picture them being like,
yeah. No, looks like him, but man, where's
he
that?
looks like it, but that hand,
that hand
not
is
there.
missing. I don't know what to do.
we can.
2 days.
Would Kincaid and Klein feel comfortable sailing at night?
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely on the sea enough that you would.
We can travel by nightfall.
I mean, that makes me feel better, and yeah, I guess okay, but we got to get in and get out, and like,
Yeah, and it's
okay, cool. So we do it. We go. We're back. Nothing happens.
And with me swimming and you now flying, like we don't even have to get close to the island if we want to go check it out. Like if
Yeah.
Air
order of
galaxy.
like if
Have
order
you practiced that flying?
I mean, I feel like during the long break, I would
Yeah,
practice
your
it.
long rest you'd be practicing, and it's
Okay.
not difficult for you once you get attuned to the circlet.
Joe, would I have to roll anything if I
nope, we'll get you a cape.
just do it?
Yep, just do it. You're still
Is
gonna
it like one?
I'm just hanging out.
you're still gonna have the same restrictions. Like if you try to fly out of melee combat, they're gonna get
Okay.
an attack of opportunity.
Right.
It's just instead of having 2 directional, you have 3 directional.
So we all on board, like leave tonight, get to the island, come back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Again, you don't have. This is what
we're
I'm
not
doing.
not sticking together. Yeah, we're gonna stick together.
Not sticking.
Yeah.
Do you want your dad to come with us, or do you think he should stay? He's a
I'll ask
capable
him.
fighter. He might be
Yeah,
useful.
I'll
Yeah.
ask him. What does he want to do?
He'll be agreeable to come to get some fresh air, to get out on the water.
Yeah.
He also feels a little, you can tell he doesn't know how to act as he's hanging out with citizens of Dorma, because he didn't really know that there were people on the other side. So he's acceptable and like agreeable with them, but he doesn't necessarily feel comfortable.
Okay.
So he doesn't necessarily want to be there by himself.
Okay.
So he's pretty happy to go with you guys.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go pack some snacks.
As you guys are crossing the ocean, nothing happens. You're able to make it there just fine. You went by night, so you didn't get stopped by anybody. You can see the island out in the distance. It's up to you guys if you want to go to port or if you wanted to swim, fly, whatever you want to
I
do.
think in case it's a trap, I think Kincaid would at least swim.
Okay.
Since he's fairly familiar with the island, like he probably knows.
And I'll give you Bonnie or not Bonnie's, but Eldwin's. I'll take Eldwin's cell phone and give it to you, and you can call me.
I feel special.
Be like, hey, it's clear, or
All right, perfect. So you have
we have
Eldwin's-
radio contact.
Yep, you have Eldwin's phone and you have Vasa's phone. Perfect.
Are you looking through her phone now that you have it? Are you snooping?
Are there any
No.
text messages
There's
on there?
nothing.
Are there any can we look at the call log? Like,
It's more just pick up and
It's
call
old
people.
fashioned,
Yeah.
The old fashioned, like you gotta actually type in the number.
Any
T9.
landscape
Yeah.
pictures?
yeah. What's the photo picture? What do the hidden photos look
There's
like?
no camera on this.
There's no. All right.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check as you are trying to scout out your home island.
Or is it still dark out?
We'll say it's the sun's starting to crest the ocean, so it's starting to get a little bit brighter, but you still have like long shadows and stuff you can hide in if you
Okay.
want to.
I don't know if that would be an advantage on my stealth check.
No.
Didn't even think about it. +2. 15.
So you, as you mentioned, know your layout of your island pretty well. So you know, like, oh, if I hug this, I'll stay in the shadows a little bit longer. And you get a pretty good feel that it's not a really big island, but you get to see everything, and you don't see any Order of Light or Denoa. You just start to see people starting to wake and rise to go about their day.
I'm going to seek out Captain Brandon's wife, which
Blanca.
yes, I'm going to seek her out while I'm here
Okay.
and find her.
Right, yeah,
at her house.
You would know where she's at.
Yeah.
She's just in her house with Toria. They're waking up. Maybe she's out getting some eggs from the chicken coop.
Blanca's out there?
Yep.
Okay. I would just, if I think the coast is clear, I'm just going to approach her.
Yeah.
Hey, Blanca.
Oh, Kincaid! And she's going to give you like a big hug.
Okay.
You're finally home. That's is Captain Brandon here? Did he meet you?
That's what I need to talk to you about.
And she starts to get a little bit nervous.
Yes. It's Klein found me near Stringham and told me that Captain Brandon was arrested by the Order of Light. And Chad's there too, and we're really afraid that they may head this way to find you and Toria and the others.
And that's why you're here, to protect us?
We want to get you off the island for right now. We have a safe place near Stringham. The boat's here. We need to get everybody together and on that ship quickly.
Okay, I guess let's round up everybody and we can head out. And then she's going to remind you that there is actually a second boat. There was a boat that is stored like in a covered dock for the occasion that they had to flee from Denoa.
Okay.
I think we established that way long early in this season.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. So I think I'm going to let her know, like, can you start gathering people?
Yep.
I'm going to go back to the ship.
Let them know. What's our timeline? Do we have like a day or half a day to pack up, or do we need to leave now?
Hour.
Okay.
Just whatever you need. There's stuff in where I'm taking you. We can provision you just what's absolutely necessary.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that, go back to the ship, let you all know Blanca and the others are packing up. There is a second ship. So if you want, some of us can go on the other ship.
Yeah.
Maybe the Jock can go first in case something happens, and then the second ship can be behind us.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think we should burn the city? Do you think we should make it look like they got raided and they fled? Because I'm nervous that if we leave it completely standing still, they're going to know that they know. I'm just thinking,
well, if we burn it, it's going to maybe attract pirates in the area. Like they might see the smoke. And I want us to get a clean getaway.
Okay. I just,
That would be my, I
just don't know if we need to cover our tracks. We can do that without burning it. Like, looks like it was pillaged. Like, kind of go through and trash the place.
I guess we could, like, throw some stuff around, or...
I don't think it's going to make a difference because, you know, what are the odds, like, when they come and find us, it just got raided and...
Okay.
Because,
I don't know.
I think the more time we spend here, if we were being followed...
Yeah.
I just think we need to get in, get out.
Okay.
So...
I can go on the other boat.
Yeah, I think if you two and maybe your dad can be on the other boat...
Yeah.
Me and Klein can take some of the more experienced fighters and serve as decoy in case we were followed.
Yeah.
So that way the townspeople.
Cool.
So Woods, Basso, Clyde, and the 20 to 30 townsfolk are going to be on the other ship sailing behind us.
Yeah, like
from a distance, like they can still see us. If we need to get to them quickly, we can.
Bonnie's going to be with you.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys have you two as fighters plus...
His dad.
Clyde, yeah. So you feel like you have a decent fighting force on both ships. And Blanca is capable as well.
Yeah, she's like a level 20 wizard, right?
No.
Yeah, or barbarian the way she hugs me.
Yeah, like multi-class barbarian.
I think I broke a rib.
Barbarian Risby.
Yeah. Sounds great. We're good.
Vaso, as you are on this boat, you don't really have much to do because you're not a sailor. So Klein's kind of sailing the ship and you're kind of just talking to people, relaxing. You guys notice that the tapestry is pulling you towards Black Bay Harbor still, but it seems to be moving, which now that you're close enough, you're able to sense that there's movement being pulled. So like as you're holding it, it's slowly kind of changing direction of which way it's pulling you.
Okay.
So you kind of...
Is it going... Can I sense kind of where it's going, or north, south?
It's still south and it's very, very subtle, but it's just now that you're getting closer to Black Bay Harbor, you're starting to feel the subtle movements that were always there, but you were too far away to really notice the small degree of movement. But now you're getting closer, you're like, oh.
He might be just outside of Black Bay Harbor?
Yeah,
maybe?
You're not quite sure, but he seems to be moving.
Okay.
So that's what you can put together.
And I'll tell Woods that. I was like this is, he's moving.
Well, it means he's alive.
Well, he's traveling or something. He might be just, I don't know, might be traveling. He might be, just outside of Black Bay Harbor now that we're closer.
We need to get there.
Yeah, but let's take care of these people first.
Yeah.
How long have we been sailing?
We'll say about a half day to Stringham, which is sailing away from Black Bay Harbor. So you're putting more distance between you and... So picture Black Bay Harbor, then you had your guys' hometown, and then Stringham, like in a line, sort of.
Oh, hey, just wanted to check in. Any pirates or anything trailing us that you see? It looks clear from this direction.
Boss was
16
gonna,
for perception.
Boss is gonna take a look around and.
You guys don't see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. Do we have like a guy up top looking?
Yeah, you have a guy up in the crow's nest.
Be like, hey, how's it looking up there? Any trouble?
He takes his spyglass out, looks around, and then goes, "Nope, I don't see anything." With a hand signal.
All clear
Okay.
here.
All
Nothing.
I'll probably do that every couple hours. Just
Okay. As you are getting closer to Stringham,
Have you seen the movie? Oh my gosh, what's the movie you and I watch every Christmas with Liam Neeson?
Love Actually.
Love Actually?
That is
Yeah.
the phone ring from the girls. That
It's
is
the old Motorola.
exact phone ring.
Back to high school. Yeah.
as you're about an hour out of Stringham, Bonnie comes running up to you because she had received a message from Quentin basically informing her that Captain Brandon has been captured and that they seem to be torturing him for information.
Yeah, that's just fueling the fire within Kincaid. So we need to get everybody safe, and then we need to figure out how we're getting into Black Bay Harbor. Now that we have a second ship, he's thinking that's going to be more of a disguise.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So leave the Jacques, but take
Leave the Jacques.
Arc type ship.
I left the Jag and I took the rolls, you know?
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Yeah. And I'm thinking if Bonnie...
It's a Godfather reference.
I haven't seen.
I was doing the ludicrous
I know.
line from
I
yeah.
know. I know. Somebody out there knows the Godfather
I'm sure.
reference. Isabella knows the Godfather reference.
So yeah, so Kincaid's already thinking like, well, now we have Bonnie, like maybe we can get in there. I don't know if she's wanted, but
Yeah, you would have seen that Bonnie was wanted for desertion as well.
how often are you communicating with your friend? How are you communicating with your friend?
Oh, when I left, Quentin stayed behind to be a asset for us.
Do you trust this person?
Yes, I trust. We were in a team together. Quentin wanted to come, but we convinced him to stay to be our eyes and ears here. He reports to me probably weekly or monthly when he can get away to send us a report.
Is that like magical means
Or yes,
how?
and then she has like a little stone ascending. It's not as advanced as your guys' shell phone, but it's a normal like walkie-talkie type, but it's very limited in what it can send.
When's
Upgrade
the
your
pager? Yeah.
It's a
What's that?
pager.
Pager.
Upgrade your stone of sending with Horizon's new shell phone with unlimited minutes.
When's the last time you communicated with your friend? How long has it been?
He's been communicating with us probably 3 weeks ago.
So Kincaid's already thinking he's already compromised. I don't know. I don't know if we can.
You don't want to trust.
I don't know if
Quentin.
I'm going to trust. No, not that I don't trust Quentin. I just don't trust that the Torchies have gotten to him and have already like figured out. They've already been in contact with excommunicado.
So you're thinking that somebody's on to Quentin.
Yes.
Gotcha. Maybe.
I told you Torchies can't be trusted. I told you that the first time I met you.
We're not on the same boat as
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
He just like
Yeah.
pointing. I just see
He's on speakerphone. I'll put you on speaker.
you can't be trusted. Click.
What is happening? What?
Unless there's a way we can like test Quentin. I'll have to think on that.
Okay.
Like if we can send him a message and kind of see how he responds. I'll have to think about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what I could send him. I trust him, and
Again, I trust him. I just don't necessarily trust who's watching him
watching him
or listening to him.
I mean,
Since
I
he
assume
knows that you two were teammates at some point.
Oh yeah, they might be more suspicious since we were on a team together.
Right.
I fled. He didn't flee. And then I don't know if you even know that Wallace had died.
Who?
I assume not. Our other teammate was killed, and they accused Woods of doing the killing, but I know Woods didn't do it.
I knew she was accused of killing someone. I didn't know. I don't know if I knew his name or what he was or. how it was
no
connected.
missing. Wallace,
I know you're
right?
not there. I guess
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
speaking out
there's
loud.
no missing Wallace.
I'm just speaking out loud to Bonnie. Was Wallace the name of the
I'm
person?
so sorry. Who did? How many people did
How many
Woods
people
kill?
did the assassin kill?
How many people?
I'm starting to really think she's an assassin.
Yeah. I mean, Clyde's still not convinced that she's
yeah,
not.
right.
All right.
Maybe.
The rest of the trip goes uneventful. So you're able to drop off the...
Is there a way
People?
to get the other ship close to the cave so it's not at Stringham? Like,
Yeah.
can we
Yeah, you could do
dock
that.
it out, and then do they have like little rowboats and stuff?
Yeah, we already established they go out for like morning fishing. So I think you could probably anchor the Jacques.
Because I don't want the second
Ark,
boat
but-
in the major city.
Oh, gotcha.
And if there's a way we can like,
Yeah, you can easily skirt out and kind of like
Yeah.
avoid Stringham and then coming from the north,
yeah, I don't want to.
anchor in that little cove, and then have the fishermen come out with
I just don't want a boat full of 30 new people showing up at Stringham and someone having a big mouth. And
No, that makes sense. Try to keep it information more
Kincaid's
subtle.
not very trusting of people.
Apparently
we
not right
haven't
now.
noticed at all.
So you're dropping him off. Are you going to stay for a while? Are you going to head out? What is the plan?
Head like to Black Bay Harbor.
Yeah.
Well,
We
we
need
need
a
a
plan.
we need a plan,
Okay.
and we need to figure out who's going to be a part of said plan.
She looks over at Nomus and he's holding the map of Black Bay Harbor. Good start.
You're holding
map?
Who's holding it? Nomus?
No.
You said Nomus.
Oh, dang it. No, Vaso, you. You know who I mean. I'm looking right at you.
Do I
And she-
look like Nomus? I mean, I know I've grown a beard, but
No,
And you don't have a hand.
And then she kind of like remembers. Can she even remember what Nomus looks like? Like it's been
You
so
have
long.
you have the tapestry, so it's pretty easy
I
to
know,
remember.
but like that's a picture. Okay, oh, thank you.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm just trying to have a moment here.
As,
Okay.
as you are holding the tapestry, Bonnie kicks in and says, "Oh, that must be Nomus's brother. Quentin said we need to watch out for him."
Wait, what?
His brother?
Yeah, Quentin said that Nomus's brother appeared in Black Bay Harbor after his death.
Well, Nomus isn't dead. First of all,
Well, yes, we know that. But like a month after we left, his brother showed up and has been working with the Order to, I guess, hunt you guys.
it's not his brother.
It's dark. It's
Dorma Nomus.
Dorma Nomus, right?
It's Nomus D.
Well, from this tapestry, I'm starting to think that, but I don't think the Order Light knows that.
No, they definitely know that.
Quentin just said he was being
Well,
introduced.
Quentin might
and-
not know it, but they brought him here. They know that. Like the Order of Light is the one that's finding everyone's doppelgangers, and they're doing Lord knows what to them,
Well-
testing and swapping them out.
Okay, I believe you, but I also know that Quentin was saying that he seems to be not imprisoned. He seems to be helping the Order, like a ally.
Yeah, but the Order are the bad guys. He's a bad guy.
How do you
Like
know?
you see that, right, Bonnie? Like you see that.
I think there's some bad people in the Order. We just gotta figure out who. I mean, Quentin's in the Order. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, but they're all being led.
So maybe it's the leaders we need to worry about.
It's everyone. We need to assume that every person is in on it until we can figure out otherwise.
So guilty until proven innocent.
In this situation, yeah. And it's not, they probably don't even know what's happening. Quentin probably doesn't know the information that we know. He doesn't know.
I've been trying to share what information I can, but it's hard over the limited communication. But
And also, you don't want to compromise us and compromise him.
that's very true.
Can Kincaid remember how long it took us to sail from Black Bay Harbor to the Captain Brandon's?
Captain
Island.
Brandon's homeland. I want to say we did 3 days, but I think you guys were kind of like a leisure pace. So I would say probably
If someone wanted to like get there in a hurry,
2 days, day and a half. Especially with you guys having the ability to cast Gust, I think you could probably get there really quickly.
and how long would it take us to get from here to Black Bay Harbor?
You went pretty fast a day to get to that spot.
So about 2 days.
Yeah, we'll say 2 days because it's not like a perfectly straight line. You're taking the hypotenuse.
This is Kincaid's gears turning.
Yeah.
Since Bonnie has communication with Quentin, what if she sends a message to Quentin saying that you and Basso have shown up on the island? And if anybody's listening, I would assume that they would go to the island.
I like this plan.
So if we can get people from Black Bay Harbor, assuming they're listening, to the island, less people we have to contend with, we can move in, rescue who we need to rescue, and get out.
So where are we? Are we going to get to Black Bay Harbor and then plant a seed
No,
and watch
we
them
would-
leave?
I guess we could do that. I was thinking we would send the message and leave at the same time, but I like your thought of like getting close enough
Yeah.
to see if they would.
See if a shipment
Think of
goes.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Because
Do
then
that.
the other,
Because if someone is listening, you're really wanted.
Yeah.
Actually, throw my name in there too.
You're really wanted also, yes.
Yeah.
We're all
If you
wanted.
have 3 wanted people and Bonnie all on the island,
Yeah.
I would imagine they would send the cavalry to come get us.
So what's our exit strategy from that point? Because if we're sending people to the island, they're going to come back. We're going to cross paths at some point. So how do we leave? How do we extract who we need to extract, and how do we leave?
Take a long path back.
Is there? Yeah. Can we go?
Trying to go more north or a different.
We can go back to the merfolk
Yeah.
place.
Can we sail?
I'm sure they would let us keep our people there.
In those bubbles.
The underground
They wouldn't
bubbles.
think to look there. Well, hold on. Was there...
There
Yeah,
was an
there
order of light
was.
contingent there.
Dang it.
It's a major city. There's going to be an order of light
So
contingent.
the places there aren't one are the jungle
There wasn't one there.
and the
Oh, Sue.
good old
Stomperton.
There was order of like people that passed through Stomperton and then Cave Town. So what's the plan?
If
Are we going in to
you-
distract? Are we going in to take out Brandon and then find Gnome? Like what's
Me, Klein, and Chad came and rescued you pretty stealthily. So if he's in the same prison, I think we can just do the same plan to get him.
Okay, what about Nomus? What about taking
Well,
down the
if-
entire order?
Oh, I think we're just extracting. I don't know how you want to take down a whole
Okay.
order
Yeah.
at this point.
Okay.
But I don't know if you want to separate. 3 of us can go stealthily get Captain Brandon and Chad, and if you 2 and someone want to go find Nomus,
Yeah, us 3 and Clyde.
we got 2 ships. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
so
go get
you
Nomus
guys-
with your dad.
You guys will probably go down. Where'd you guys go? Bayside Harbor area when you got.
yeah, I think wherever the prison was.
Is that the south side of it? And then we could probably go up here.
We got to find out where Nomus is though.
I mean,
Well,
you have
honestly,
the
it's going to
tapestry.
be we're going to have the tapestry, and that'll
Yeah.
probably just guide us there. So,
Okay.
we'll have to make a call like as we get there. I think.
And then we're going to go in deeply disguised.
Yeah.
Want me to cut your other hand off?
No.
She says and like punches him in the shoulder.
How
No.
No.
how many?
No.
Is that we're not joking about it yet?
No,
We're
not yet. It's too
We
soon.
haven't
Too
even-
soon.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Too
You want to
soon.
talk about it or
No, not
Okay.
really.
Or when you're ready,
Yeah.
just let us know.
How many prisons were in Black Bay Harbor? Like I know it's like
There was one prison because I remember you guys, as the players, you were pointing out it's very odd that
Right,
a large
it's-
city had one prison.
because it's like all pretty much good people.
Yep, exactly. The world is more good people than bad people.
That we know of.
But you know, well, in general, people just tend to be on the more lawful good side in the world.
Woods, have you mastered turning into your goddess form yet? Or was that just like
Well, I'm so. It's been 9 days.
I don't know how much
Am
you've been
I just
practicing.
supposed to
or-
just be a deity?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, I'm just saying, if push comes to shove, I didn't know like how easy it
I
would
don't-
be for you to like teleport people back to your temple.
If I can, I don't know, and I don't even know if I can be the deity on this side and bring people to the other side, and it takes a lot. But I,
Didn't you turn into a deity in Ivana? When
No, you were in Dorma.
we were in Dorma? Oh,
I'm working on it.
okay.
I know, and she's probably gonna bring it up. You know, Lucha keeps calling my bow a key, and the god of chaos called my bow the elven key, and she keeps telling me I need to bring the key somewhere, and I need to do something with this key, and I don't know what that is.
You don't know where that somewhere is.
I don't know what that somewhere is. I don't know. But I've been trying. I've been talking to her. I'm really working on it.
Okay.
I mean, if we'll try again if we're in that same situation. But I mean, last time it took me 5 minutes, and I don't know how long I can hold it for.
Okay. I was just
But God,
I
I
was
would
just-
love to.
that would be cool.
Just if I could do it in front of Benton.
Benson.
Remember, he's my uncle.
If I could do it in front of
So
Benton.
be careful.
I know.
Be careful who you pick a fight with. They're not all bad.
Ooh.
You have to be kidding me.
And isn't
No.
Benson the
I agree.
he's
I
good?
agree.
Commander?
Yes.
Oh, Lord
Benson
Commander.
is good.
Is his
But
dad here?
everybody-
Where's your dad? Where's Clayton? Clyde. I don't know anyone's name.
Clyde?
Where's Clyde?
Clyde's here.
Clyde, please.
I mean,
Benson, where does he fall on the spectrum of good, evil, Dorma in this screwed up situation we are in?
I only know Benson before he really joined the order. So he was carefree, fun guy. I don't know what the Benson you guys know.
You're no help to me. Just gonna just walk away. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have any hair to flip. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I have no hair to flip. Flipping just. The bag of holding just swings over my shoulder.
I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what you're doing. So I'm just
All
letting
right.
you guys come up with
So
a plan.
are we gonna set sail, take both ships. Do you want to split up, or do you want to try to find everyone in one fell swoop? Sorry, I know we're after Nomus, but
I understand that. No, we're after
Captain
everyone.
Brandon's now my high priority.
I just feel like you think I don't know what state Brandon's gonna be in. So if we like get him and he can help us, like, so yeah, let's
Brandon's not really a fighter.
Let's
like
go.
he can hold his own, but
so we'll split up.
We're gonna split up.
We'll have the shell phone. Keep it on vibrate.
Brought to you by Horizon.
We'll keep it on vibrate so that if we call each other, we'll
I love how we play that out now.
Being in stealth.
Yeah, we like cast silence on it. I cast silence on both the phones.
That's not how that works.
No, what's gonna happen is Mike's like, bzz, bzz, bzz.
Well, what else are we gonna do?
No, that's it. No, that's the plan.
Okay.
That is the plan. Let's get on the boat.
Incoming call from Woods, Queen of Spades. Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades.
So, if me is Klein in fighting shape?
Yeah, Klein's in fighting shape. He's definitely bruised up and he has one arm in a sling. But what's so funny about that?
Yeah, he's in fighting shape. He's definitely bruised it, and one arm's in a sling, but pure fighting shape.
I was going to say, that he is more of a rogue, sneaky dex fighter, so he's still able to perform.
So if Bonnie wants to go, I was thinking Kincaid, Klein, and Bonnie can stealthily break into the prison again. Okay. Since Bonnie kind of knows Black Bay Harbor, probably a little bit better than we do.
Yep, Klein's the rogue to break in. And
get us
the muscle.
Yep. Get us in, find Brandon and Chad, get out, and we would meet you.
Let's just pick a spot in the ocean.
Send us coordinates.
By the stars. I don't know. Get the sextant out.
You're taking all the sailors with you. I'm just going to point out.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure there's other
we're all
sailors
gonna go
that can
on the same boat. We're all going to go on the same boat, right?
Oh, we are going on the same boat?
Yeah, let's all go on the same boat, and then we get to the shore, we'll split up, and then we come back to the boat.
Take like rowboats or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can probably commandeer a couple of rowboats from the elves.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
So it set sail when we're about somewhere where I don't think we can be seen, but yet we can kind of see ships, I guess with spy glasses or whatever. Yep. Bonnie can send the message to Quentin to say that, hey, you'll never guess who's here. It's Basso, Woods, and Kincaid.
They made it back to the island.
Made it back to the island. See who follows them.
What if nobody does?
Well, it's just going to make it harder.
What if Quentin is actually on our side and he's good?
I never questioned that he was.
No, I know, but
just who's listening.
Yeah. What if that's not the case? What's our backup plan?
I still say we go in at nightfall and I rescued you.
Do we just tell Clayton to leak it?
Quentin.
What do you mean leak it?
Like if we send that message.
Then he'll be compromised.
In a couple of hours, nothing happens. Then do we specifically tell him to go tell people we're here? And he can look like a hero to Black Bay Harbor.
Actually, he's going to be compromised.
I understand he's going to be compromised, but we aren't going to need him at that point anyway.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a way to do it so he's not just like, hey, I've been talking to them the entire time and now it's here. It's more of like a, hey, this message just came across to me. They're looking for help. Like,
I don't think sending that message to Quentin, I'm not planning on him actively telling somebody.
Okay.
I'm banking on people having ways of picking up on our message or listening to it.
Okay.
So
I was just looking for a backup plan. Like if that's not happening.
So if no ships come through in 2 hours, do you want us to tell him what we're doing?
Yeah, have him go tell people like I got a hot tip on where the Queen of Spades is.
Okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Do you really know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he would say like, go report to Benson that hey, I just heard.
Yeah, heard through my sources that the people we're looking for are on this island.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it.
Okay, that's our plan. And then look at you like, and then we're just gonna like hold the tapestry out like a Ouija board and follow it.
Yeah.
Would Benson know better? Would he think that Quentin would actually turn you all in?
In a couple of years, so we don't know.
That's something Quentin needs to just figure out with Benson.
I'm just trying to figure out if people would actually believe if all of a sudden this guy comes up and says,
hey,
my ex teammates
reached out
are here. Would they actually believe him?
Because maybe he trusts Benson because Benson's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Maybe he goes there in confidence, and then we'll see what happens.
All right.
So you guys are heading out.
Yep.
And you're going to head out. Doesn't really matter what time you head out, but you want to be arriving at Black Bay Harbor.
I think if we can get there around like 6.
Yeah.
6 in the evening.
Okay.
Send the message. Wait a couple hours. See if
anybody leaves.
And if not, we have nightfall to get in there, extract, and get out.
How big is the harbor? Do we need to a front? Do we need to bring cargo with us so it looks like we're unloading and loading?
I thought we would dock the ship, leave people on the ship, like the other sailors. We would take a couple rowboats to Black Bay Harbor. So we're not actually taking the big ship and docking it at Black Bay Harbor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what I was envisioning.
There's a big rock wall around it to make a cove, so you could easily land maybe on one of those rock outings and kind of peer over if you were looking to do that.
Okay.
Well, someone knows how to fly it anyway.
Yeah.
It's nighttime.
That is right. Flying, swimming. I'll just be sitting on a rowboat. Just the Queen of Spades, just hanging out in arm's reach.
Woods, row your boat ashore.
So you guys make it to Black Bay Harbor. You have plenty of time to make up or delay enough to be able to make it outside the city with your desired timeline. I'm going to say as you're getting close to the city, Vaso, you start feeling the tapestry kind of tugging at you.
Just tugging, is it pulling in a certain direction?
Yes, and you're starting to feel a lot of movement. And you're kind of holding it, and it's kind of pulling you towards the left side of the ship, and it's kind of moving a little bit, but it feels like you're just holding it, and it feels like you're looking straight ahead, and as you turn it immediately pulls you back, and then it starts to feel like it's trying to pull you into the floor of the ship.
Okay, I'll go downstairs, down below deck.
Yep, as you kind of walk down the stairs, it starts to pull you more towards the right side of the ship.
All right, I'll just keep following the trail.
And then you get to the edge of the boat because you're now in the bottom of the boat, and you're just looking to the right of the ship at some planks because you're on the bottom of the boat.
So I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to get Kincaid. I'm going to be I think he might be underwater because it's pulling me underwater, or that's where it's pointing at. Can we look out? Can I see maybe anything out in the water? No.
You look out in the water, and it just looks kind of like a darker tone sea because it's now later in the day. You don't see any ripples or waves or anything like that.
Is anything on the side of the ship? Like if we peer over the railing and actually looking at the body of the ship?
So you're trying to look straight down, or on the actual ship itself, you don't see anything.
But you think it's pointing you in the water?
Well, it's pointing me I guess I'm holding it.
It's now pointing to the right. So you think back through the whole series of events, it was pulling you towards the left side of the ship, and then it started feeling like it was pulling you straight down, and then it started pulling you to the right side of the ship. And now you're just facing the right side of the ship, and you're seeing, I'm facing the direction. Notice I don't see Nomus, but I'm facing that direction.
I think he might have swam underneath us or something, because at first it was pulling me to the left side of the ship, and then it was under, and now it's pulling to the right.
Do you want me to go in the water and check it out?
Is it still in a direction? Can I tell he's going further away, or?
Go ahead and actually roll an intelligence check. Here's a way you can figure this out, but I'm going to see if Vasa knows how to do it.
It's nighttime.
12.
It's dusk. You're walking around the right side of the ship, trying to get your bearings, see what's happening.
Yeah.
And at first, when you were walking along left and right, you were getting lots of movement with your tapestry.
Yeah.
But then as time goes on, you're getting a little bit less side to side movement, indicating that it's getting further away from you.
Okay. In comparison to Black Bay Harbor, where is it being pointed?
Going away from Black Bay Harbor.
Okay. So is this where we're docked at?
You're close. You can see Black Bay Harbor. So you're getting really close to it. You're getting ready to dock. And then you had this weird sensation with the tapestry. You felt like Nomus passed directly underneath you.
Okay. So I'm going to talk to Woods and be I think Nomus has left Black Bay Harbor. He's heading this way, and I'll point in that direction.
Is there a chance that they could have been in Dorma passing by us?
Didn't we test that? Did we go? We went to the dark side or Dorma side, and
it didn't do anything.
You guys, just because since Nick actually remembers, you guys did test this. When the tapestry was pulling for you, when you were in Ivana, it's okay, cool. When it wasn't pulling for Ivana, Woods took it into Dorma, and it was pulling in Dorma.
It's wherever he is. So it's
Okay,
pulling
so,
on this side, so he's here.
So he is in a Ivana.
Is it?
Can you?
Do you want me to swim underneath the water and look real quick?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I also think
take a quick look. Don't go too far.
Do you think
I want you.
I don't think he's passing us. It's pulling us to where he is.
He was pulling. It was pulling this way, left side of the ship, and it went under.
You think he's like walking down a flight of stairs?
I don't know. I think he's swimming it underwater. That's what I think.
No, because think about all the times that it just like pulled us to him. We were nowhere near him. I think he's in a building walking down a set of stairs.
But it's pulling me this way, like way out at sea.
Yeah,
like
he could be
away from
going down a tower.
Yeah, maybe he's in another boat and went under. I don't know. Did any boats pass us?
like a submarine?
No boats passed you.
Why are you laughing? Why are you?
Because it's probably such a simple thing to
It's
figure
so
out,
stupid.
and we're not
just
figuring it out.
This is a puzzle. We hate puzzles.
I don't think it's a real puzzle.
Can you help us out here?
You guys have already kind of guessed it, but you just haven't had a chance to confirm it yet.
Jump in the water.
Okay, I'm going to the back of the boat. I'm not jumping in. I'm gonna
There's a slide in.
slowly get in the water, not make a splash.
Okay.
Go underneath the boat.
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Survival.
Yep. You can have advantage because it's in the water. You're a
Jeez
Triton.
Louise. All right, with double eights.
What do you get to add for survival?
1.
1, so 9. You definitely hear a churning sound, and you feel that there is a current that, it's pulling you towards a new jet stream that appeared underwater. How would Kincaid comprehend the rudder of a submarine?
Comprehend the rudder?
Well, that's what you're hearing, but that'd be a new sound to Kincaid.
I hear it. I don't see it.
Well, at this point, you guys have killed so much time, I don't think you see it anymore.
Okay. But can I deduce, the stream slowing down?
Yeah, like something had passed by. You get the feeling like if a giant whale had swam past you.
I think I would know that was movement.
Yep. So you
Okay.
sense that there was movement, but you hear a weird churning sound that's slowly going off in the distance.
But I still hear it.
Yep. You still
Okay.
hear it because you're underwater, and noise travels pretty fast underwater.
Okay. I'm going to quickly surface, pull out the cell phone.
Okay.
It's on vibrate.
waterproof.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a,
Or
'cause
not
it's a
even,
shell.
no, I don't want
the
to
It's a
new
show. It's a
iPhone.
show.
Yeah.
Aren't we right there? We're just looking. Aren't we looking down from the boat? I think we're 5 feet
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, something passed underneath of us.
Oh,
So I think you were right, but it's moving in this direction.
we got to follow it.
Yeah.
What do we?
Let-
you coming, or are you going to go get Captain Brandon? We
Let-
need
Oh,
you.
jeez.
We
Yeah.
need you in the water.
Let's
let's
go help him get Brandon, and then we'll go.
How are we going to find it? He's in
Well-
the middle of the ocean.
We have the
No.
tapestry. We can track him down that way. Let's go get Brandon, and then we'll go find the submarine.
But if they
thing.
know we're here, that's what I'm afraid of now. I don't know if they can detect us. Let's just see where this boat goes at least. We still got nightfall. So let's follow the submarine.
I feel
let's
like
follow
this, I feel like this thing's gonna go far away. Like,
Well, we can follow it for maybe half an hour, see where it
Okay,
goes.
let's follow it.
all right, let's do that.
So I'm going to stay
It's
in
your
the
call.
water. Can y'all see me okay?
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to see the boat, so you can always come back to the boat. They might lose you because it's starting to get dusk and you're in the water,
Yeah.
but you would be able to keep close.
Okay. I'm going
And you guys are going to
follow
follow it for about half an hour. It's
I'd-
just going to continue going out towards sea, and Black Bay Harbor is getting further away from you guys.
Can you get closer? How close can you get?
You would be able to catch up to it if you were swimming at full speed. And how would Kincaid describe a submarine? It's going to be probably about a 30-foot submarine. It's not a huge submarine, but definitely can hold a handful of people.
This may sound stupid. I think he would describe it as a mechanical whale or something.
Yeah.
Like
That
a
makes sense.
The mechanical whale.
metal whale. I think is the closest he would be able to describe. If you're describing or picturing a actual
Yep. I mean,
U.S.
it's gonna-
Navy submarine.
Yeah, kind of smaller than that, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So I think he
kinda
would describe it as a metal whale or something like that. So does he see it?
Yeah, you would be able to see the tail end of it. I mean, you could catch up to it and look at it, inspect it closer, but you might be seen. And I don't know if Kincaid would do that, so I'm just saying,
No, but it's interesting that it's there.
yes.
That he didn't think that could be possible, sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. It definitely is a new thing you guys have never came across.
Damien.
So I'm going to go back to the ship. I'm going to try to describe this metal mechanical whale I saw.
Okay.
It wasn't an actual living
It's not
thing.
but it looks like a whale in metal.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is Nomis or this other person might actually be on this mechanical
In it.
in it. Like it could be a underwater ship.
Huh.
which means if they got stealth on their side, they may know we're here, but maybe not because they didn't do anything.
Did it have any windows?
Probably not.
Yeah, you wouldn't have
No.
seen any.
How do we attack an underwater whale?
I mean, I got ways of attacking it, but I don't know. With magic, I can do something.
Well, do we attack it? Do we get Nomus?
Let's
get Brandon.
Let's go get Brandon
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
and Chad,
Okay.
regroup, and try to figure it out.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
So
Turn around.
we didn't send out our message to Quinn
You haven't yet, no.
Okay.
Because you got distracted with the metal whale.
So let's go back a half an hour to where we originally were. We'll have Bonnie send out her message to Quentin, wait an hour, see if we see any movement, keep the tapestry out to see if it comes back, the submarine, and then we'll plan to go in in
So then we're
2
just-
hours when we
so-
send the message.
We're just gonna help you get Brandon then, or are we gonna stay on the boat?
Yeah, let's do that for now.
If Nomus is on the boat, then it
I mean,
and it comes back. Well, but we'll
stay on the
have
boat.
we'll have the tapestry. Well, we'll help get Brandon, and then I'll have the tapestry. If he comes back to Bay, then
do you think it's too risky for us to go there and get caught?
well, that's what we were gonna do anyways, right?
Yeah, but for a purpose. Not saying Brandon is on
Well-
a purpose, but
all 3 of us shouldn't get caught, right?
yeah.
Okay. Well,
you sent
we'll
the
hang out on
message
the
yet?
boat. I mean,
Yeah,
that-
so
I
we
think we
sent
sent
the
the message.
Okay, so this is while you're waiting for that hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you're comfortable with that, I mean, I'm just staying here.
What do you want? It's your call. Do you want us with you? Do we stay together? Are we stronger together? Is it easier together? It's easier together. Let's just stay together.
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine.
Here's the thing: if you're gonna fight, we might as well just
Well,
do
we're
it
not
together.
gonna take on a whole order over here.
Yeah, but if you're captured, we're not gonna know. Like, it's gonna
If I'm
be
not
better.
if I'm not back by morning, you could probably safe to say I either fell in combat or got captured.
So what are we doing? This is so hard.
We need to be stealthy. Going in guns blazing isn't gonna.
Yeah, we
or
can stealth.
weapons blazing is gonna work. So if y'all are cool stealthing in,
I can stealth.
we can leave
Okay, here, just
Klein, Bonnie, and your dad on the
and the
ship.
3 of us go.
And if we're not back by morning, they need to go back to the cave.
Okay.
let's do
Let's
that.
just stay together.
Okay.
All right, the hour passes and you don't see any ships.
Are we gonna send the decoy message, or are we just gonna go in?
How hard was it to break her out the first time?
I didn't think it was hard.
We didn't have any issues at all.
As long as we stay away from order members, like I feel like the police, they're not much of anything.
Okay, and we're fully disguised, right? Like, I have the red glasses. I've shaved my head.
Yeah, you're in your red outfit.
Yeah, I'm in
Boss
red.
has got his full beard, missing hand.
Missing
He's
hand.
And I
really
got
committed.
my cloak of useful items.
Cloak of useful items.
If it's
Yeah.
where they were keeping you, I'm just going to do what we did the first time.
Basically, you swam up from the docks, slipped in unnoticed because it was in the warehouse district, which is pretty empty. I can't remember what it's actually called.
Bayside or Lewistown?
Lewiston. Yep.
Lewiston.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lewiston is kind of where the warehouse storage for the docks, all that type of stuff is there. And that's where they put the prison since you're not going to put it in a nice populated area.
Right.
Never. I can cast stealth also.
You can cast stealth.
I can cast silence if we need it.
All right, so you're on the boat. You decided you 3 are going to infiltrate Black Bay Harbor. It is now nighttime because you sent the message later than you expected and then waited an hour, nothing happened. So you do have the advantage of darkness, and I assume you're taking one of the rowboats?
Yes, taking one of the rowboats.
Do we need 2 rowboats because we're bringing people back?
All we really know that they have is Brandon and Chad.
Can we all fit on one rowboat?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be tighter, but you would be able to fit 2 more people on the boat.
Okay.
And I can
Just-
swim.
Oh yeah.
And he can fly.
So really, I'm just rowing by myself.
We're on the boat with you.
On the way in. Yep.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are
Basso
going to...
can't really row.
So you guys
Yeah.
are going
I got
to...
one.
He goes in circles. So you guys enter Charcoal Bay and you immediately go south, I assume, to get down to Lewiston.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you doing anything to disguise your rowboat as you're coming in, or are you just hoping that darkness
Oh, let's cast some
is
fog.
your ally?
We'll cast a nice little thick layer of fog over the bay.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
All right, who's casting it and use that spell slot up?
I will cast it at. Can I get away with a first level?
I don't think there's any benefit to higher levels for that spell, so I would do first level.
Yeah. At a second level, the fog radius increases by 20 feet for each slot above the first.
Yep.
It's just a 20-foot radius,
Radius.
so
So it doesn't do much.
I don't think 40 feet is going to...
Yeah, it's not like you're covering the whole bay with fog.
Or are we just... There's some
That's great.
sticks and stuff on it. Like
Oh.
camouflage it with some...
I meant when we were coming in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant...
Oh, like so when you're trying to land on the actual docks, you're
Yeah,
gonna cast
no.
some fog.
I thought we were talking about covering the boat.
No,
That's
20.
what I thought too, and I was like, it's not much, but
Yeah, a 20-foot radius of fog's just going to stand out, so
Okay.
we're not going to do anything.
everybody roll stealth checks to see how well you are coming into town,
I got
coming
a-
into port.
19.
15.
10, 11.
11, so the average is going to be right around 14, 15, something like that. All right. Yeah, so you guys are able to notice that there are a couple of dock hand, like sheriff guards, and they have a little patrol, so you're able to time it so you can dock in before or while they walk away. So you guys are able to get up into Black Bay Harbor. You are able to kind of tie your boat off underneath the dock so you can't really see it from street
That's a
view.
good call.
And you climb up into Lewiston. And let's go ahead and do one more stealth check as you guys are trying to navigate the city around guards and all that jazz.
11.
11,
15, and I don't like that head tilt, Nicholas.
11, 15.
Crit fail.
Son
Crit
of a
fail, so that's
mother.
1, 11, and 15.
Oh, my Lucha.
Luckily, we're doing averages for you guys here. 12, 7, 27. So the average is 9.
Nine.
All right. So you guys are sneaking around, but you do run into one set of guards. There are 2 of them.
I pull a bead.
You pull a bead. All right. Love it.
Using a bead.
All right. We can, I'll put a bead on here so I can collect it for
I'm
you later.
collecting. I have a,
Oh, sweet.
because I'm the only one that uses them.
I always forget we
I
have
tried
them.
to use one.
I know.
Well, you tried to break my
Well,
whole
hey.
world.
Hey, this is the encounter. We're going to want to use them.
Okay.
All
I always
so
forget
your
we have
bead.
them.
Yeah.
Who is this person that do you run into?
I ran into the guy that was, oh my gosh. Okay. He was the guard.
Our
when we-
asset.
Yeah, well, the guard when we were trying to get into, I think this was this campaign. Remember, I kept calling him by the wrong name.
That was our first campaign.
Oh, dang it!
We kept giving him food.
Yeah,
The
the
milk.
honey. Oh,
That was-
that was the first thing.
honey meat
Well,
guy.
it could
yeah.
be him.
Yeah. Yeah, from previous
You
lives.
know him from, a before life.
A
or
before
something.
life. It is.
Well, we don't really want him to know you.
Yeah, but I want it to be somebody that owes me a favor or something.
Okay. All right.
Or somebody that knows that she's not an enemy or something.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay.
Would Benson's counterpart that trained Group B be a guard? Would they be walking around?
Bailey, it could be Bailey. I just said you ran into a guard, yeah, but
Yeah.
we can.
Should it
She's
be,
introducing the bead, so we can change up
Yeah.
the story.
Bonnie, whoever Bonnie's talking to.
Quentin?
Oh,
Could it be him?
it's Quentin.
All right, it's Quentin.
We run into Quentin.
All right, he wasn't suspecting you though, because you guys are stealthing around.
Yep.
And then Kincaid, you kind of look around the corner. You're like, all right, it looks clear. And then Vaso, you just kind of trip and fall and kind of make a little clatter. And then that kind of summons a very slow guard. He goes, oh, Woods? Vaso?
Oh my gosh, Quentin.
Hi. So pleasant to see you. I
Quentin.
thought you were on an island.
No.
We had to make sure.
Yeah, we thought somebody might have been listening.
Oh,
We just had to make sure.
okay, good. I'm dropping the long pause voice.
Okay.
All right, so welcome to, I assume you're here to get Captain Brandon?
Yeah, could you help us?
Yes, he's being held in, I'm trying
Probably
to,
not the prison.
it's not the prison.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we ran into Quentin.
Yeah.
It's not the prison that he's at. I'm trying to think. So what has been happening is, I'm trying to think of how to word this in a fantasy setting. So during World War II, the United States had Japanese internment camps.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That is what it's like.
So they're collecting people and just putting them in these so in my mind, based on some books I've read about the Japanese internment camps, they used a lot of kind of like horse stalls and like barns and like racetracks and things like that. So a really great part would be like if there's stables,
Yes.
like a stable community.
Perfect. Oh, so you're looking for Captain Brandon. He's being held in the internment camp out in Butchertown.
Okay, is he okay?
I mean, the last I was able to sneak over there and determine they are torturing him for information. They're looking for, he glances over at Kincaid, like kind of nods.
Yeah. By the way, Kincaid.
He's met. Kincaid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have met when they rescued me.
When they first rescued them.
Oh, that's right. They were trying to figure out who's going to get on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can just extract him?
I think it's going to be difficult. The internment camp is very heavily guarded, and they want to make sure that they're watching all of the magic casters carefully.
Quentin, what's happening?
The Order is scared.
Of what?
Well, Trinfell, we have these new citizens, enemies of Dorma that are not Denoa. They are intelligent, they plan, they're cunning. They are trying to make the cities fall, and one of the cities fell.
Did he say new citizens of Dorma that are cunning?
Yeah, he's talking about the shadow people.
Magic users.
Magic users. They all seem to be really good with magic, but they can't stay on our side, luckily. But the Order still doesn't trust anybody that can do magic that isn't a member of the Order. So they're putting them in an internment camp to separate them from the population, put them in a place that they can see and observe them.
And torture them.
Well, if they are people that are working with shadows to bring about the destruction of our world, then yes, I fear that they have tilted their hand that way.
She's just so angry because she just feels like they're not, like the shadow people are not trying to destroy this world. They're trying to flee their world from other things that are happening. She's going to tell them that. Like, there's more to this story. Dorma is thick and it's deep and it has its own demons, and those people are not the enemy.
Yes, I heard from Bonnie that there's a group of good people that she has met that apparently you guys are trading with. He's talking about the Cave Town, but he doesn't know Cave Town because...
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many prisoners do you think are in this camp?
They started setting up the internment camp about 6 months ago, which you put aside as the same time as Trin. And they keep sending in new people every day. There's probably 300 to 400 people in there now. Occasionally they take some out.
How are they preventing these people from using their magic in the camp? Or are they not all magic users?
Most of them are magic users, or, well, there's a separate location that they house the people that are helping the shadows. That's where most people don't leave those facilities. But the internment camp for the magic users is pretty much just they get what they need, but if they try to escape, they get brought to the other camp.
I was just trying to think what's preventing the shadow people from using their magic to fight back.
From what I can tell, the people in the camp are not shadow people. And then he'll pull out the cards that he has, which are the same cards that you have. And the instructions are anybody that's seen using magic is to be detained. If they show signs of disillusion, they are to be executed. Otherwise, they are shipped to Black Bay Harbor. So these would be the people that had magic but didn't show any signs of disillusion.
Okay.
So they're just our citizens. They're
So
us.
it's people like me.
They're us that are the people that normally they would invite to be the Order if they found out, and now they're forcefully taking them.
Correct.
We're steps away from genocide.
I was just trying to think if there's a way we can incite a riot in this camp.
Yeah.
You could
And in the chaos, rescue Captain Brandon, get him out.
We purposely get caught, disguised. And she looks at Quentin.
I mean, I can get in the camp.
I mean, if we purposely get caught and brought into the camp in disguise and turn us in not as the Queen of Spades, but as something else, we could try to start an uprising within the camp. I mean, 300 magic users?
Well, they're not all magic users, right? Or they're in the other building.
They're in the other buildings, mostly the magic users. The only problem with your plan, though, is you need to be held in isolation for 4 days.
To make sure you don't
Dissolute.
dissolute.
I don't have 4 days.
I don't have 4 days.
I don't think Captain Brandon has 4 days.
Where exactly is Captain? Like, can we see the building from the outside?
Yes. It'd be like a compound that was built up in the stables of Butchertown. So there's basically a nice big wire fence around all of it. And the prison aspect of it is in one of the back stables. So it's on the corner of the facility.
How fortified, like guards and stuff, are around
I
the
haven't
building?
had a chance to get in there. From my position just doesn't grant it. But from what I can tell from scoping it out from a distance, I'd say probably 15 guards are stationed there.
Quentin, who can we trust? Can we, who? Benton, Damien, who's the little gnome?
Amelia?
Amelia.
As you say Amelia, he gets something changed in Amelia when Nomus died. And then he holds his hand up. Disappeared, I know. She doesn't believe that. Something changed in her. She's different.
Doesn't believe that he...
She full-heartedly believes he died and that you killed him.
Well, we're staying away from her. Is she hunting me?
She does her job.
Lord knows what that is these days.
Have you seen Nomus's brother?
Yes, I have seen his brother. He's got a missing ear. He kind of looks a little bit rough around the edges, but he seems to be working pretty closely with the Order to try to provide any information he can.
Who was the doctor that you saw when we went
Vanessa.
to Carhang?
Vanessa.
She's probably still at Carhang.
Dr. Graves, yes, she got stationed in Carhang.
Yeah. She was probably asking too many questions, so they put her somewhere extremely dangerous. We know that story.
Yeah.
And what about Benson?
She did seem to be a outspoken proponent to the internment camps. So I guess it's not surprising that they had her displaced. Reassigned. Restructured.
That's the word.
Restructured.
What's the building that Captain Brandon in, what's it made out of? Is it brick?
Probably be a wood building. So I'm picturing a wood barn that was converted into a prison. So it probably was wood, and then they put maybe some sheet metal over the, anywhere that was breathable.
I have these grease
Light it
bags.
up.
I have
Light
these
it up.
grease bags.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What if we
Burn it to the ground.
set it on fire, have all the people come out,
Someone fly in.
someone fly in, scoop up Captain Brandon and fly him?
And Chad.
I'm not worried about Chad so much.
Well, I mean, if Chad is still alive, he'll just bombard himself out.
He'll have to fend for himself.
I mean, if we can get,
Not that.
I'm not leaving
Yeah.
him behind. I'm just saying,
I feel like
Chad's
can
more of a
rage.
capable
Yeah.
fighter than.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he can-
protect the person that's not a fighter. That makes sense.
Okay, let's do it.
What's
You
your-
haven't answered my question yet about Benson.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I missed it.
No, it's fine. Can we trust Benson?
I'm not sure.
Do you trust Benson?
I'm not sure. Benson is a good soldier. He follows his orders.
Isn't he making the orders?
He is the High Lord Commander, but he also seems to always be in councils.
With who?
Well, it's mostly the Harbinger Creation is talking with him, and he has his Damien is talking to him a lot, and
Damien's bad, right?
Yeah.
He's the artificer, right?
Yeah, they're all bad.
Is this the same Harbinger of
Not
Creation
all of
that
them.
I know back from my story?
yes, well, you would know the Harbinger Creation. I don't know how you're asking that question to.
No, I'm not asking
gotcha.
Quentin. In my head, I'm like, is this the same
Yeah, you would think it's this
entity that
Yep.
I have a history with?
Yeah, now that you have kind of your memories back a little bit, you would know the Harbinger Creation is the same person because there's a statue in Black Bay Harbor of the Harbinger Creation, and you've seen that
And
multiple
that's
times.
him. Okay.
So he would say a couple other names of people that are in his council that they come up with the orders and direction, but he does seem to meet with the Harbinger Creation a lot.
Just gonna rifle through her bag and get that little yin yang, the Harbinger of Creation, which is
A god. Yep.
a god with Silpalor, Veldana, the opposite of Lucia.
Are you saying these names out loud?
Yeah.
As you're saying the names out loud, Vaso, you are remembering the last time you were in Black Bay Harbor, you were at a ceremony and all of the gods were coming up on stage. The same one that Woods was the first time she ever opened a rift. That's just kind of floods back into your memory a little bit.
It was all the on the light side.
On the light
Yeah,
side. Yep.
Silpalor,
Go ahead and roll another history check. Vaso.
Ratita, Dirian.
14.
As Woods is reading off the names of the goddesses, you remember two things. One thing, you remember that there was one god that wasn't present, and that was Nomus's god, which was Valdana. You also remember that all of the gods and goddesses that were present were just shiny, bright, golden figures. very similar to looking like that golden figure that was at the Dark Forest.
Okay.
Oh, that thing that helped us.
Yeah.
You think that was Valdana? I'm in your head asking you these questions.
You guys know who it was.
Yeah. Do I remember what
We do
Who
that
know
was
figure
it?
looked
Who
like?
was
What
it?
didn't he look like somebody?
Yeah, they were the remains of the Purple Knights, which was a adventuring party that you had known a lot about because of Nomus's stories that you like to tell.
Which would have probably paid homage to Valdana.
Possibly.
So much information.
There's a lot. It's kind of like we've gone through all 50-something episodes.
Yeah, it's like, remember back then?
Yeah.
Quentin, what do we do? You're here. You're on the inside. Like, what's happening? What's their goal here? Control?
I think their goal is to learn about these shadows, to figure out how to stop them from destroying another city, of creating another rift. As I said, I think they're scared. I think they don't have enough information. So I think they're becoming paranoid.
So this is what I think is happening. And this is just my theory. I don't know.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes. Vasto's talking now.
Yep.
Okay.
Vasso's
talking now.
Vasso
Yeah,
is-
Vasto is talking now.
Vasso
Let's
has
say-
entered the group chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are able to find like a quiet corner, obviously, to have this
Yeah.
conversation.
So we went through that time warp thing, and we remember that the worlds used to be one, and then the world split into Ivana and Dorma. I think what we're seeing here is the worlds coming back together.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think those are what these rifts are. These rifts that are opening up. I think the two worlds are trying to connect.
Quentin is very confused, but he's not. He's just trying to listen and try to comprehend what you're talking about. But you can tell you guys are thinking something, so he's not going to interject. But you definitely see him like, what?
Yeah,
Two
we
worlds?
met his enemy goddess or god. What was his name?
Cormet, the god of
Cor-
chaos.
Cormet. And he sent us through this time warp thing. We basically we were gone for like a year and a half
Yep.
or something.
You guys hash
He's
it-
like thousands
hash
of
it
years
all
old.
out.
Yeah, I'm pretty ancient, apparently.
We don't have to hash it all out again, but yeah, Quentin, you catch Quentin up a little bit.
So, what do we want to try to get
Has,
Brandon out of here?
yeah, has Benton ever asked about us to you?
No, I think he's not concerned at somebody my level, and I've
Okay.
also tried to stay at my level.
Under the radar.
Yes, and so I even think now I'm going to point you guys in the direction,
Yeah.
but I don't think I should
Yeah.
participate in the raid so I can maintain.
No, I think having you have a cover, an asset on the inside is key.
Yeah, I agree.
With that, I'm probably going to continue my rounds.
Great.
You know where you need to go. If you find yourself in trouble, know that you can find an ally at Heaven's Cloud Brewery, which you guys would know was Vyroon's old establishment, which is now run by his son Vinci. He's been running a underground railroad of sorts to help those that are trying to flee the city.
So, if we get separated, we need to go there.
That's the plan. If we get separated, we go there.
Okay.
I just repeated exactly what you said.
So, what are your thoughts of lighting this?
So hold on. Can we say goodbye to Quentin first? The less he knows, I feel like the better.
Oh, I was assuming he wasn't here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was going to give.
He left on
Oh,
his
I wanted
rounds.
to give him a hug.
Oh, okay. You can give him a hug.
Okay, thanks.
He is accepting of the hug
Okay.
and then continues his rounds like he'd never ran into you.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts of trying to light this structure on fire
Yeah.
to get people out?
Are we just lighting everything on fire?
Just this building?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's twofold. It's going to get people out, and it's going to draw people here.
Yeah.
So I think we need to light several fires.
Maybe around the building. So not
Okay,
like this
well-
building on fire.
Yeah, what I was thinking, like we need a distraction.
Yeah.
hmm
So maybe like a couple buildings, like one at the other end or far away from the one that we actually want.
To draw people in the opposite end of the camp of the building that Captain Brandon's in.
Yeah. So we'll light one. I'll hop the fence. I'll fly over the fence. Go get Captain Brandon.
Sorry, she's just looking at you like you're just going to go get him? Like he's in a building.
Does the
Heavily
building have
guarded, being
windows?
tortured.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you would have learned
mean-
that the building had its windows boarded up.
If we're going to catch the building on fire, we have to have plan to get into it. Because they also could just leave him there to burn and die. We don't know how important he is to them. We also don't know if he's alive.
It's true.
As you guys are having this conversation, go ahead and roll a perception check.
15.
17.
19.
So as you guys are having the conversation, trying to decide what to do, you start hearing what can only be described as hoof prints kind of clopping down the cobblestone. And it's pretty evident, and you start hearing a voice that's really familiar to you talking to somebody.
We need to hide right now. I'm going to
we're
stealth,
ducking.
hide.
So you guys duck and hide off into the corner.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Can I cast silence? If I cast silence on us, we can't hear what they're saying, right?
Correct.
But there's no way they can hear us.
Correct.
I'm going to roll first, and then if we fail to roll,
That's usually how D&D works.
11.
13.
20. Not natural.
So you guys duck off into a dark corner as you see about 3 minutes later, Damien walking down the cobblestone street with a very familiar tabaxi. Bone structure, fur pattern looks really familiar, but you notice the missing ear, and you know from the tapestry you've seen multiple times that this is not your Nomus, but Shadow Nomus. And you hear Damien say, "You successfully got Nomus out of the city?" He's like, "Yes, he's on his way to Captain Ivanir now. Is there anything else you need me to do, Professor?"
Woods reaches for her bow. Ah, looks like the bard has done it again. What a splendid crowd y'all have been. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
Hey guys, it's Mike, your host and Dungeon Master at Carriage Rest Tales. I just want to say thanks for taking the time to listen to our podcast. It really means a lot to us. If you are enjoying the content and you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review. It's really going to help us grow our listenership and be able to reach more people. I also want to give a special thanks to Tabletop Audio for providing the background music for today's episode.